The women of America are making their voices heard. Reproductive rights is what it all comes down to. Reproductive rights is what it all comes down to.
Woo-wee! I woke up this morning and women are mad. They closing up shop. They about to do that 4B on you. 4B or not 4B. If you don't know what 4B is, you better Google that shit. Because MAGA men, your dingling's gonna be dry as fuck. You ain't getting no cootie cat. And you pro-Palestinians, black women said, fuck you. We going back to Starbucks. Y'all are on your own. As always, y'all have a great day. We gonna be all right. Because I'm gonna make y'all laugh. Y'all have a great day.
As somebody who's been 4B for 2 years now, I haven't exactly talked about it because I don't like people's opinions about my decisions in my life. But I've decided to be a little louder about it because I'll tell you what, at 36 years old, it is the best thing I've ever done for my mental health. It is something that I will commit to for the rest of my life happily. And I am so fucking in for this movement. And I want all of you guys to join me. We are not alone in this. We're not crazy. And we have to do this together.
So this is what we're doing. To my liberal women who voted for Harris, no more kitty cat for moderate men. These are just Republicans pretending to be moderate because they realize that they can't get laid. No more kitty cat for men who didn't vote, and especially no kitty cat for Republicans. We can't even afford to breathe near these men at this point. Number 2, go to Donald Trump's Instagram page and see which of your friends is following him. Remove those friends and block the men. We are no longer helping influencers and celebrities who support Donald Trump or decided to abstain this election or tried to be apolitical. Not only do you need to unfollow them, but you need to block them. Bye, Alex Earl and Kardashians. If you're a woman who doesn't want children, you need to have your tubal ligation scheduled yesterday. You have 3 months. This isn't a joke. And if you're a young woman who doesn't want to have babies anytime soon, get that birth control implant that lasts for 5 years. Or an IUD. One form of birth control that a man has access to, aka condoms, is basically no birth control. And if you're considering divorcing that man, do it now. You may not have that option. Women already have a hard time leaving their abusers. It's about to get way harder because they're coming after a no-fault divorce. If you are a woman with any financial or hiring power, hire a woman. I don't care if you're hiring someone off of Fiverr to fix your resume. Make it a woman because those women in developing countries need the dollars. We have to uplift each other financially because that's the main thing that they're going to attack. Even reproductive rights is about cutting women off from money because they know that if a woman has her own money, she most likely isn't going to stay with a man. Save, save, save everything that you can because we are about to hit some shaky times, ladies. And if you have access, try to open a foreign bank account. If you think that women suffer at the hands of men now, you have no idea what's coming.
The irony here is that she took away her own choices.
All I have to say is good luck getting laid. Especially in Florida. Because me and my girlies are participating in the 4B movement. That's my next plan. And I'm dead fucking serious.
In solidarity with the 4B movement, I updated my Bumble profile. And I'm not gonna swipe right on anybody because fuck men and I'm not dating anymore. But it'll just be up there for men to be able to read and enjoy.
There is not a single ounce of affection that a man will get out of me after this election. I'm not dating men. I'm not sleeping with men. I'm not talking to men. Y'all lost that privilege.
If you would have told me the app Hinge was somehow involved with this election, I believe you, because the way I've never deleted that app quicker in my entire life post-election. Women, we're done. We're done dating. I'm not even entertaining it anymore. I'm not even entertaining the older men for money or free food on dates. No, that's over. It's completely all locked up now. Absolutely not.
Baby, if you wanted to touch my body, you should have voted for it.
I'm gonna be honest, I was very blindsided by the results this morning. I've decided that cigarettes don't count today, and I honestly might go get a tattoo. But I also have decided that for the next 4 years, I am going to abstain from schmex with men. And funny enough, I actually just broke up with my boyfriend a handful of days before the election, and it had nothing to do with the anticipation of Donald Trump winning this election. It had everything to do with problems within our relationship and massive differences between who we were as people, which was unfortunate and sad. I wish him well, though. But yeah, as a woman, my bodily autonomy matters, and this is my way to exercise sovereignty over that. So I highly encourage any other women that are single and care about progressing women's rights and still fighting for our bodily autonomy to do the same. Delete your dating apps, because we can come together in community, and if you need somebody to cuddle or hold your hand or give you a kiss, I bet you one of your girlfriends would do it, okay? And you don't even have to really be gay, okay? It's okay to have a lot of platonic love for the next 4 years. I think we can look to South Korea and the 4B movement as a point of inspiration for us.
So this is a really sad day. Really sad day. Even for people who voted for Trump, they just don't know it yet. We need to feel our feelings. As you can tell probably by my face, I have spent much of the morning crying. I was so numb last night. But one thing about me is I will take a minute to lay in it and cry, because I need to do that for myself. But then it will fuel the fuck out of me to do something. I think the first step that us women need to take is we need to adopt the 4B movement here.
Donald Trump is president, and I think all women should stop having sex for the next 4 years, in protest and protection of your bodies. As we know, if that little baby inside you gives you any trouble and you need an emergency health care, you're fucked and you're gonna die.
To be clear, these people do not make a distinction between complications during pregnancy and complications because of pregnancy.
I think that is sufficient enough reason to stop having sex. Don't you agree?
Be angry. No one gives a shit about your tears. Be angry. Hold people accountable. If you're able to leave your piece of shit right partner, do that. You wanted to get a divorce? Do it today. Be angry. I know that women are conditioned to feel sadness over anger, and so when we're angry, we cry. Okay, I do the same thing, but you need to be angry now. It's time to start acting that way. Decenter men. They don't like us anyway. You're being loud, be louder. They already hate you.
I'll tell you one thing with my whole chest right now. For the next 4 years, not one man is gonna see me naked. You have waived that privilege.
The first time Trump won, I was a junior in college, and after that election, I just had a very firm line that I would not date anyone that voted for him. It was just more efficient to do my dating life that way. It just cleared a lot of things up for me. And I had this graphic design account, and I had this like art thing that said, you can buy me a drink once you tell me who you voted for in 2016. And I have this very vivid memory of being at this bar and talking to this guy, and it was pretty late at night. I was pretty drunk. I remember looking at him and remembering like, oh my God, I have to ask him such an important question. I said, who did you vote for? And this man looked at me with such fear in his eyes when he realized that he was not going to get laid. I wonder how he's doing today. I have a feeling that he probably hasn't changed for the better. I do not wish him well. But yeah, you can just ask people, and you can put it on your dating profile. I had it on my Hinge, my Bumble for a very long time. What's funny is he like didn't even answer the question because he was just like in such shock, and I walked away and he tried to come after me, and I was like, actually, like, unfortunately, the conversation is over. And if you ask a man who is uncomfortable with answering that question, then I also think they're kind of sus. You know, the right man will just answer and be like, yeah, duh.
For the last few days, my girlfriend has been on a sex strike to protest the overturning of Roe v. Wade. In solidarity with her, I have agreed to do NoFap alongside her until Roe v. Wade is reinstated. Now, this could be a long time. And we are scared. I am scared. We are scared of how long we may have to go without doing the thing that we want to do most. Now, obviously, we've been together for a while. You know, we weren't doing it every single day. But now, I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do. But we're doing this for a reason, to fight back, to start a movement. And so I'm asking all of you to join this movement and to bring America to a halt. Because If there's no sex, then there is no United States of America.
I want the men in this country to know that half the female population, we're dry. We're probably gonna stay dry. I'm dry as a desert, baby, and I don't want it to change. Yeah, we're not gonna like you anymore. You understand that? Like, it doesn't matter if you take away abortion. Like, we'll want to have your babies even less, right? Even if you take away contraception, like, women are really good at celibacy because you guys are actually a threat to us. So we have a lot less to gain from you. So yeah, 4B all the way. Let's make some money, I guess. That's all we can do now.
Women, fucking stop dating men. Stop having sex with men. Stop talking to men. Divorce your husbands. Leave your fucking boyfriends. Leave them. They don't give a shit about you. And I promise you, come over to this side. I will bake cookies. I will shave your head if you want me to, depending on how this turns out. Do a little more trimming before we buzz it.
Okay, I'm gonna guide you through. Now, shave the head. Glasses. I don't know where you get these big glasses, but we all have them. So if you want to be one of us, you've got to find these somewhere in a store. I don't know where I got these, but everybody's got them. The septum piercing. Get that right away. For some reason, that unites us. The passport. Get your passport. You're gonna need it. Plan B. Pharmacy right away. You've got to go to your pharmacy and get your Plan B. And most importantly, you cannot wear a bra ever again. Okay, then there's this. You've got to do this. You've got to tape that baby up. You've got to tape it up. I'm going to just tell you, the blue bracelet. Don't forget the blue bracelet. Don't forget the blue bracelet so we know who we are. Okay, I don't know where to get these glasses. We all have them, and I can't tell you where to get them. I don't know. But I'm going to get some duct tape. I don't have any duct tape right now. I only had the packing tape, but I'm getting the duct tape.
Oh, I didn't see you there. So you're a 4B movement chick. Well, on behalf of us men everywhere, I just want to say it's really refreshing that you guys decided in just one day that you don't want to walk around being whores anymore. So, on behalf of us men everywhere, we just want to say thank you. You're not fucking hurting us. You're actually fucking bettering yourselves. And honestly, we couldn't be more proud of you. So, I'm on board with your 4B movement. You guys do what you need to do, but congratulations. You're actually, I don't know, having self-respect for yourselves. Like, it's a nice change of pace.
Man, the things you learn. I know I'm doing a lot of videos today, please forgive me, but I didn't know this idea of liberal women withholding sex from men has been around for so long. Just did a little research. This 4B movement evidently started in South Korea in 2019, where radical feminists said, we're not going to have sex with any men. It's a protest because they don't respect our bodies, or whatever their reasoning is. And it just makes zero sense. The logic makes no sense whatsoever. No self-respecting conservative man would ever date a liberal woman. I don't understand. Those two ideologies could never coexist. Ever. I don't know how you could ever make that work. So in effect, what these liberal women are doing, these 4B women, by withholding sex from men, is they're withholding sex from other liberals, from liberal men. So two positives out of that. One is they won't procreate and have more little liberals running around that's going to affect and ruin future generations. Another good thing is, guess what? There's going to be less abortions because they're not having sex. So to all the feminists who are deeply entrenched in this 4B movement, and you are going to stand up for women's rights by not having sex with your liberal men, all I got to say is thank you. You're doing, finally you get it. You're getting it. Good job. And just want to say thank you. Keep it up. I think you should do this indefinitely. I don't really, if you mean it, you need to never stop. Never stop. Always withhold sex from all men. All liberal women withhold sex from liberal men. Please do that. That's a great idea. 2 thumbs up.
I
have a public service announcement to the bitches behind the 4B movement. Not one man is losing sleep over the fact that you don't want to have sex with them, that you don't want to procreate with them, you don't want to date them, and you don't want to marry them. In fact, the entire premise behind the 4B movement is a future without men. The same men that fought for our country, the same men that have built our roads, built our bridges, maintain our vehicles, truck our stuff from point A to point B. They don't want to touch you. In fact, they don't want their gene pool polluted with your left-wing nonsense bullshit ideology.
You can't make this stuff up. In 2022, the Supreme Court overturned Roe versus Wade, and they left it up to each state individually to decide whether or not abortions are legal in that state. Somehow, you emotional, most educated women are online putting out PSAs talking about, oh my God, now that Trump in office, we're going to have to implement the 4B movement and stop sleeping with these men. Or if we do, we got to be on some type of contraceptives, ladies. Or we got to make sure we use a protection. Excuse me? It took for him to get in office for you to be doing something you should have been doing in the first place. You telling me it took him to get in office for you to practice sexual discipline? What's wrong with y'all? You okay? Are you okay? And again, let's recap. This is something that was overturned by the Supreme Court. This has nothing to do with Trump, right? Nothing to do with him. I'm in full agreement that women should have control over their body and what they do with it. But what I'm not in agreement with, Jason, Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger, is you out here catching all these bodies and then going down to the clinic and then getting this abortion because you don't want no baby by Pookie, right? Y'all out here abusing abortions. No, I'm not in agreement with y'all abusing it because it's supposed to be the very last option, but y'all are using it as the first, right? You out here smashing all these different dudes, and then when you decide that you don't want no baby by said dude, then you going down here to the clinic and getting it taken care of. That's not cool.
On this, are there any states where women face prosecution for having an abortion?
No.
Are there any states that criminalize miscarriage?
No.
Or that care for a miscarriage?
No.
Are there any states that criminalize removing an ectopic pregnancy?
No.
Are there any states that prohibit life-saving care for the mother?
No.
Are there any states where women have to be actively dying for a doctor to be able to act for her care?
No.
There's been a lot of rhetoric in this that I'm concerned pushes people away from getting access to health care. Vice President Harris, in a speech, recently said that women were being arrested and facing prosecution for experiencing miscarriages. Ms. Sackler, do you know of a single instance where a woman has been arrested for having a miscarriage or getting health care for that?
No, treatment for miscarriage is allowed under the law, and there have been instances where I think that one example of that that's been pointed to is misleading because the woman, I think she was in Ohio, the charges against her were not abortion related, and so it's misleading to use that as an example.
It's not only misleading, but it scares women away from getting access to health care, and it leads women to not go get health care treatment when they desperately need it.